Hey, Ricard.
Yeah,
Do you want to hear a spooky number, a spooky list here?
I guess.
Here we go. I'm going to give it to you. Okay. In the history of baseball, right? Well, actually, before we get to baseball, let's talk about the Dolphins. That's a perfect team, the 72 team, right? Perfect team. Perfect all the way through. That's one of them. In baseball, you have Cy Young. You have Don Larson, Catfish Hunter, David Cohn, David Wells, Kenny Rogers. 23 names. There's more names on that list. But we got a 24th name for perfection on there. You know who? Me. 24/7 Lou. Wow, what an exciting Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, you got a perfect score. Way to go. All it took was for you to do it 6 months after J. Few originally did it.
Welcome to TFS Pod, always on Love You Show Podcast. It's 24/7 Lou, and that's
Rick Hard saying a shout out to my good buddy J. Few. Please come back from your home planet. We miss you.
and that's on a special assignment.
Very
Oh,
special
yeah.
time. Oh yeah!
Yeah, he's on a special assignment.
He's the cream of the crop.
That's all we're going to say on that. Yeah, folks, let me tell you something. From the highest mountain to the lowest valley and everywhere in between, you are listening to TFS Pod, otherwise known as the Few Show Podcast. And your girlfriend, your pets, and your ghoul's favorite show. In this episode, we're going to do a recap of Halloween Havoc. Great show. Excellent show. I would even say perfect.
Yeah, we all know why you're excited to talk about this.
Now, the most exciting part of the show right now,
No.
since the woman band is on a special assignment, I'm going to say, Ricard, get the scoreboard.
All right, let's get this over with. The scoreboard stands at 24/7 Lou in the lead with a recent win worth 2 points thanks to his perfect score.
Yep.
He is at a commanding 16 points. I feel inclined to remind him he has not beaten last year's score, though.
Oh, one away.
He's one away. Should have jinxed that, but we're close. That said, in second place, soon to be first, by golly, is myself at 12 points. Followed closely behind in third place by the one-man band who is at 11 points.
Yeah,
very
good job.
impressive.
Very
impressive showing. Not as impressive, though, as the individual with the best rookie year performance thus far. Not even a full year. It is in fourth place. Not far behind, Main Event Jeff at 9 points.
Good job, Jeff. My name is Jeff.
And he's still in it. He's still in it, and he's gunning for it.
I know.
He's gunning for first, and he still has a shot.
Yep.
It takes a perfect score all the way through, but he's still got a shot. Now, he's followed closely behind by recent absentee participant J. Few, who is at 7 points.
It's good. He has to rest. He can sit down. Nah, I want him in here. I want to beat him too.
Yeah. The prestige of beating all the challengers.
Yes.
So, speaking of challengers, they're to pad the participation trophies. We've got tied for, I guess, 6th place.
Yeah.
At 4 points. It is Big Al and the randomizer.
Ooh.
Randomizer also one away from tying its score from last year.
Okay. Oh, wow.
With that said, everyone else is at 0.
Including Bowie.
That's the scoreboard. Back to you, Lou.
All right. Yes. We're going to be talking about WWE's NXT Halloween Havoc, which was very exciting. It was held on the 22nd of October. And Wow, what a way to start off a premium live event. How they call it now, right? How the kids are calling it now.
Yeah, the PLEs, no longer PPVs.
Yep. So yeah, what a way to start it. We had Carmelo Hayes with Trick Williams versus Oro Mensah. I would say it wrong, I think. Wesley Von Wagner.
We started it with the match worth 2 points, and just completely gutted any chance I had.
True. Now, it was an exciting match because, off the bat, if you're watching this, and we had our own predictions on this stuff. Let me see. Do I have the list here? Who did we all have actually separately?
All right, I got it right here. Here we go. Because it was a 5-person ladder match for the vacant NXT North American Championship. Mm-hmm. As you said, Carmelo Hayes, Oro Mensah, Wesley, Von Wagner, and Nathan Frazier. Well, by the way, Nathan Frazier was an amazing performer in that match.
Yeah. So was Oro Mensah. I had never seen him.
I slept on Frazier. I thought the names looked generic, but my gosh, did he put on a good performance. Topped only by Wesley, who actually took a lot of bumps in there.
Yeah, he was didn't he go through a table on the outside?
We'll get to that. It was a 5-way match, so out of 5 participants, only 3, I believe, actually got picked. You had picking Wesley. It was the randomizer, main event Jeff, and
no, not main event Jeff. Jeff had.
No, main event Jeff had Wesley.
Yeah. Yep. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry.
You're getting confused here. You forget the opening.
Yeah. And
you also had Wesley. And then, I stand corrected. Only 2 participants got picked. The other participant to get picked was Von Wagner.
Yeah.
By myself and the one-man band, which...
Suspicious, I would say.
Which screwed us over because...
Suspicious. Yeah. Control C. All I'm saying.
All right, so we want to go through the highlights, I guess, of the match that cost me this show, basically.
Ladder matches didn't disappoint. I mean, whenever you think that was a bad match.
I'm gonna say this was a great ladder match. A lot of false finishes in the way of they did spots that I was like, oh well, that guy's gone. He's not coming back, and then he comes back.
Yep.
They even had the managers get involved at the 2/3 mark of the match with Roger Stone and Trick Williams having a nice little... Roger Stone hit Trick Williams with his shoe. That was hilarious. But you had Nathan Frazier come in there. He was doing a lot of flippity moves. The flippy stuff. At some point, Von Wagner started being the dominant performer. He was much taller than the other participants, bigger. And he was just throwing people around. Still kept getting, taken out by people double teaming him. Yeah. But he was always in the background somewhere. Mm-hmm.
He was a force.
One of the stories being told was Carmelo Hayes, being the former champ, was really looking to recapture it.
At one point, I thought he was going to take it. At one point, I was like, "Oh man, come on!"
And we had a bit of a back and forth between Wesley and Oro Mensah too. Mm-hmm. But essentially, the match picked up in the second gear after they had the spot with the managers taking each other out. Mm-hmm. It was Roger Stone hit Trick Williams with a shoe on the top of the ladder before he could grab the championship for, I guess, Von Wagner is his representative. I never understood that with ladder matches. Oh, you grab the championship and then toss it to one of the participants. Yeah. Like that kind of... Wouldn't that just encourage you to make a whole bunch of friends before the match and be like, yeah, go up there, grab the title, and then throw it to me? Either way, Roger Stone hit Trick Williams with a shoe. Trick Williams fell into the ring, bounced off the ropes, and pushed the ladder off to send Roger Stone flying to the outside. And then, I guess from being hit with the shoe, Trick Williams just rolled out of the ring. Match returned to its style, and then Von Wagner launches Wesley into the announce table.
Yep.
At ringside. And when I say into, I mean he threw him on top of the announce table, and then Wesley just fell onto the chairs, the announce chairs, and just I was like, wow, he's out of the match. That was one of the finishes where I was like, man, he's not coming back.
Yeah, take that, Lou.
There was another one. There was another one where Von Wagner got put through a ladder earlier.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, wow, that might be it, but he came back from that. And then I believe Oro Mensah and Nathan Frazier teamed up to take out Von Wagner in the stands. So the way the NXT arena was set up, is it still the Capitol Wrestling Center?
Yeah, it's still the same place. Just I don't know.
They have the plexiglass. They have the plexiglass that is slightly behind the barricade there.
Yeah.
Von Wagner was put. He was laying on top of the barricade, the space between the barricade and the plexiglass, and Nathan Frazier and Oro Mensah just like kept hitting him with a ladder.
Yeah.
And then just threw the ladder onto him. And all I can remember from that spot is there was a guy with a sign that says, "Let's go Von Wagner," just there. And he was looking at Von Wagner like, wow, my guy just got like eliminated from the match.
That was you.
And that captured what I was thinking entirely. I was like, yeah, I'm about as deflated as that guy is right now. So at that point, my saving grace was anybody but Wes Lee. And I felt pretty comfortable in saying that and thinking that because Wes Lee had been launched onto the announce table. So I thought, I guess Trick Williams getting it back. Or maybe this Nathan Frazier guy will seal the deal because he's been doing pretty impressive work. But no! Almost getting the championship, and then Wes Lee got back into it.
Yep.
Eliminated Trick Williams. I believe he landed on the ladder bridge on his side of the ladder. They did a bunch of other spots. I don't remember them all.
Now, hold on. Before you go through the rest of it, I mean, this wasn't, to me, this is a good way to start a show like this. It wasn't the match of the night, by the way, which is a good thing that it wasn't the first match.
Oh, no, yeah. I appreciate that this wasn't the match of the night.
I mean, it looked good. I'm not saying it was, I mean, at this point, it's the first match. Of course, you're excited, and I wasn't disappointed. Not because I got the prediction about the Wes Lee. I mean, just in general, overall, of that match. And also to the story they're trying to tell with Wes Lee, trying to come back, and then he finally got he got the title. He gets the title. And not a title shot, he gets the actual title itself. So that was the story they were trying to tell there with Wes Lee, and that's why I went with that. Like I bought into that stuff. So, but yeah, it was a great way to start Halloween Havoc with a lot of action. You know, because to me now it's like NXT has that takeover feel. Like takeover.
I'll go on record and say every match on this show was actually good.
Yeah.
Worth the pay-per-view, worth the premium live event.
Yeah, because
it's going to take a while to get accustomed to that, but every match, superb.
Like NXT before it became this color when it was the black and gold, those takeovers were awesome. And then, of course, we had a change where now we have a different look.
We had Nickelodeon NXT for a while.
Yeah, and
then we came back to black and gold.
Exactly.
And it feels right again.
Yep.
It took some adjusting to, but we're back. We're back. We're back, and we got the stars being built. I do feel that.
And I can expect more and better next time. Like that's how I feel with this. But I know.
Oh yeah, this set expectations well, and it wasn't the first time it did this because the NXT UK versus regular NXT event before this also nailed it, I think. Mm-hmm. And I heard there's going to be another takeover in December.
That's the rumor
going around.
A takeover,
so it should be interesting.
Oh wow!
But So ultimately, Wes Lee took the title from Bacons.
Yeah.
Defending champion Bacons.
So let's go to the
solid match. Great way to start the night. Not for me, but just in general. In terms of wrestling.
Our next match we had was Apollo Crews versus Grayson Waller in a spin the wheel. Make the deal.
Casket match.
Yep.
And I want to say Me and Main Event Jeff talked about this off-screen, on a one-on-one, off show, and I legit said it would be cool if we had a casket match. I didn't know this. This was the 4th casket match to not feature The Undertaker in WWE history.
Yeah.
The majority have featured The Undertaker. And then the ones that didn't probably featured Kane.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So very nice homage to the dead man. They had the Druids involved. They came out. They actually brought out a coffin in the first bit.
Let's talk about that. Why were there 2 caskets?
So
hold
on. All right. So the first one was a coffin, and I guess it saved. I'm trying to remember who it was.
Apollo Crews fell.
Hold on. No. You got to understand. On the pre-show, somebody said, "Oh, this is the first ever coffin," and then they adjusted coffin, and then they said casket match.
Okay.
I thought, oh, he screwed up, and then I saw the first one come out. I said, oh, that is a coffin. For those of you who are unaware, I did see those promos back in the 90s where Paul Bearer talks about it. The difference between a coffin and a casket.
Really?
Fun fact is, the casket has hinges, so it swings. A coffin has to be nailed shut. That's the argument. That's basically the difference. And
I thought you were going to say the comfort of it, like the pillow softer.
Caskets technically have more cushioning, but that's not the differential. A casket swivels shut with hinges. Coffin doesn't.
I'm kidding, because it's like, who cares?
Who cares? Who cares when you're dead?
That's what I'm saying. Is it the comfort? Is it fluffier? What the hell? What are we talking about? But okay, now I understand. So you got to have a nail in it to be a coffin. Yeah,
you got to nail it shut, which again, really was driving the point home of like, man, whoever wins.
But there was no nailing; it was just closing it.
Yeah, it did have a lid. So it was like a weird coffin-looking casket.
Yeah, but
either way, it was flimsy wood. It was flimsy wood.
Yep.
And even Main Event Jeff said this, because here's the spot that is questionable. This is a very questionable spot. Apollo Crews and his opponent, Grayson Waller. There we go.
Grayson Waller.
They're on the top turnbuckle. Grayson Waller, I believe, goes for an eye poke, or a thumb to the eye, pushes Apollo Crews onto the coffin / casket, whatever. Mm-hmm. The coffin is closed, and Apollo Crews falls through the wood of the lid into the casket. He's inside it, but he fell through the lid. For all intents and purposes, he can't be trapped in it because the lid's broken underneath Apollo.
I thought that was a botch. Was that a botch?
Grayson, it wasn't a botch. So Grayson, they play into it. Grayson starts celebrating like he's won. Wade Barrett even says Waller should have won there. Main Event Jeff said, dude, what was that? He should have won. He should have won right there. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. It was the biggest technicality ever. Anyways, the ref's telling him, no, it's not over. Druid music starts playing. Druids come out with a new casket, more reinforced. It's metallic. Apollo Crews is leading them with the new casket. Match continues. Apollo Crews wins.
Yep. Wait. And here's the biggest thing, too, on this one. On the predictions battle, everyone was against me. Even the wheel was against me. All 4 of you.
Wait. Why does that matter that the wheel's against you? The wheel has one of the... Out of the 5 contestants that made predictions, the wheel has the worst overall score on the overall scoreboard. Just because it won the last one doesn't make it a savant all of a sudden.
What I mean is, the wheel always picks it. It's random. And it was, I don't know how, aligned with all of you guys following the wheel. So
either way, everyone was against you. We get it. You got your point. And at this point,
I understood your argument before when as the match was going. It's like, why have Apollo Crews win when he's just down there to push somebody? But they also had to do something with
the revenge storyline. So the storyline was Grayson Waller did a thumb to the eye and almost partially blinded Apollo Crews.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they didn't decide. They figured an eye for an eye match was not worth reviving, so they did a casket match instead.
We do have to mention afterwards there was a video of this Halloween thing going on, I guess with Toxic Attraction before this match occurred.
Toxic Attraction gets called out by Alba Fire to go to this haunted house, and at first Mandy Rose is like, "Oh, I'm gonna go over there and meet her there." And Toxic Attraction, JC Jane, and
for a second,
Dolan,
I thought it was going to be a cinematic match or something. Go. I thought it was going to be a cinematic match for a moment there.
I was getting Firefly Funhouse match vibes from it. With the random, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Either way, all you need to know for the segment was they decided to go to the place, and then they had another match while they were driving there.
Yeah, this one was good too. Cora Jade versus Roxanne
Perez in a weapons wild match.
Yep.
This is gonna be my criticism here. First off, I want to say Cora Jade looking amazing.
Yeah.
By the way, still a stunner.
Yeah.
I will make one criticism here. Roxanne Perez needs to work on how she uses weapons and how she makes the hits look like they actually hurt. Because when she was swinging the rope to hit Cora Jade, those shots looked weak.
Huh.
Those shots looked really weak. Everything Cora Jade did with weapons looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
Only half of what Roxanne Perez did with weapons looked like it hurt. And I guess that's why we got the result we did. This was a fight between two former friends. The storyline was Cora Jade turned on Roxanne Perez, and Cora Jade was beating her. You know, there were chairs piled up in the ring, and Cora Jade said along the lines of, "You were never my best friend," or something.
Mm-hmm. And
then Roxanne Perez got the advantage and said, "You were my best friend," which was a very heartfelt moment. And then Cora Jade, I think, kicked her in the leg, got the advantage.
No, talk about the big pop at the end of that match when they both fell from the railing.
That's right. That's how the match ended. Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez were fighting on a balcony, and Cora Jade was the one that looked like she was going to fall from the balcony. Roxanne Perez hesitates to hit her, eventually does hit her. Cora Jade grabs her by the shoulder kind of and does like a Russian leg sweep. They both fall back onto a table at ringside.
Now, again, watching wrestling for many years and stuff, you know, you watch how they protect each other. You know, we got to put the hand behind the head so the person's head doesn't hit the table or anything like that. You know, so your elbow or whatever braces the hit.
But the kayfabe reason is dragged her with her in a Russian leg sweep.
Yeah.
So it works perfectly fine.
I saw Cora Jade hold Roxanne Perez's head, but I didn't see how Roxanne Perez protected Cora Jade. I'm just saying, as a technical thing, that I've seen wrestling before, and you know how they protect each other from such big falls. But yeah, they took a drop from a two-story little balcony they have there at the performance.
Yeah, they fought into the crowd a bit, and you know, the plexiglass is there. But when they got on that balcony, that was kind of cool.
Which is where Elias fell. He was gone for a while, remember? And also, didn't Rob Gronkowski once fall from there and never seen it again?
Yes, and Vince McMahon fell from it too to show Rob Gronkowski that there was a fall that we could do. He was like, "Come on, you can do this," and then he did it.
Oh my
By
god.
the way, I don't think that balcony looks that high, but that's easy to say from a spectator's point of view.
Why haven't we gone to one of these things? We live here in Florida, don't we?
I mean, yeah, we could go to an NXT event. That actually would be really cool. They're still intimate enough. You know what? They're still intimate enough where like doing chants actually will be heard. So yeah, I think that would be actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But we're getting sidetracked here.
Let's go to the next matchup.
Before the next matchup, we had a nice little segment where Toxic Attraction actually did show up at the haunted house. They went inside of it. They split up. JC Jane was the first to get attacked. Then Gigi Dolan got dragged into a freezer. And then Mandy Rose got attacked by Alba Fire and put back in her car and drove off before Toxic Attraction.
Actually, that happened before the match. That what you're saying now happened before the.
I know, yeah.
No,
that happened before the match is coming up, which is Julius Creed versus Damon Kemp.
No. That happened before the Cora Jade match.
Well, I'm trying to space it out between things instead of making it all one fluid segment.
Okay. Well, no, I'm just saying that the flow of the show, that's how it was going. So
whatever, Lou. Next match, Julius Creed versus Damon Kemp.
I'm just saying that
in an ambulance match.
Hold on. But I'm just trying to explain how they were trying to set us up for it, and how it to me at first I thought it was like we both mentioned a few minutes ago, about how we thought it was going to be a cinematic match, but it wasn't. It was a good setup to the matchup that we'd have in the ring.
Yeah, for the match. The point of it was that Alba Fire wanted to neutralize the numbers advantage.
Yeah.
Which we'll get back to that.
Yeah. So let's go to the next matchup, which was Julius Creed and Damon Kemp in an ambulance match.
There was a stipulation to this. If Julius lost, Brutus, his partner, would have to leave NXT. For those of you wondering why Brutus couldn't just interfere in the match, since it's an ambulance match, Damon Kemp brutalized them with I believe it was 15 chair shots to the back. So that was the story going into it. Julius had everything on the line. They even did a little segment where Roderick Strong was with a neck brace in a wheelchair. I don't know what that was about. He was recovering from injury. I think that was added for dramatic effect, though. Mm-hmm. And he basically told Julius, keep Diamond Mine together. And Julius went out there and did just that.
I personally felt this match was a little bit too long. Like it should have ended not halfway through, but a little bit after that.
I think the beauty of an NXT show where there's fewer matches, but they're all given pay-per-view. It's given a pay-per-view length of time. I think the beauty of it is, because it didn't detract from any of the other matches, I felt that it went a good amount of time. Did it feel like it lagged at certain points? Yes, it did. I couldn't name any of the major spots in the first, I want to say, 3 minutes of the match. It was mostly just brawling, fighting.
And they answered my question about the ambulance. How you get it in there?
Oh, right. They answered your question. So there was a curtain opposite to where the entrance ramp is.
On the camera side.
Yeah.
That we never see, that's why.
That we never see, and they just backed up the ambulance there. You have to go through the curtain. The ambulance is reversed there. So you can open the doors and throw somebody in there. And we had a lot of those spots. We had a very painful spot where Julius Creed was in the ambulance.
Oh, yeah.
And Damon Kemp was so close to closing the door. And every time he went to close the door, Julius Creed would purposely stick his fingers between the door and the hinge and just get the door slammed on his fingers. But it would prevent the door from closing. And the storyline there was Julius was willing to endure the pain so that his partner would not be banned.
His brother.
Would not have to leave NXT.
That's Brutus Creed.
Brother. Yeah. So that was the story. Very, very telling story. Julius Creed was definitely the sympathetic face here. Mm-hmm. He eventually mounted a comeback. We got a very nice revenge spot where he just bashed Damon Kemp with the chair almost as many times as Damon Kemp did to Brutus.
Yep.
And then finally he just lifted him, threw him into the ambulance, and slammed the door shut. Very solid performance.
Yeah. which ended up with our next thing that happened there with the women's.
Yes, so as the ambulance exits the arena, they segue it perfectly with
really
a car returning to the arena.
Uh-huh.
And it's Alba Fire with Mandy Rose in the back. And she goes to get Mandy Rose, who's supposed to be unconscious, from the back seat. But Mandy Rose has slipped out, from the car and is running back into the arena. We get to the actual match. Match is happening. Alba Fire hits some moves. Really cool stuff. The most memorable moments in the match are afterwards. Alba Fire gets real close. Talking real close. Like she hits her finisher.
Mm-hmm.
Mandy Rose is down. You think the ref is pulled out from the ring by Toxic Attraction.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't count to 3.
Yeah.
Alba Fire gets
how was it? Wait, how was it one of them that they held someone's hand? Is that the one we saw the spot?
We're getting to that. Damn it, Lou. You go too fast.
No. There's one spot where they held a hand.
Yes. There's a spot coming up. We'll get to it. Tell a story. A lot of referees get stopped from making pinfalls in very creative ways. Anyways, Toxic Attraction comes out, pulls out the ref. The ref's like, "What are you doing?" Alba Fire comes out. She thought she neutralized the numbers game. Takes out Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. Gets back in the ring. The ref is back in the ring. Knees to the face from Mandy Rose. 1, 2, 3. Alba Fire loses. Mandy Rose retains as she makes a year. By the way, The reign continues.
Which to me, the most memorable part of this match was not the match, the Halloween stuff.
The Halloween stuff before the match, yeah.
Yeah, the haunted house stuff. That's what made it. I guess that's what because it's like we have a situation where Mandy Rose has been champion for about a year or so now, and it's getting almost repetitive. So I think it was very creative in doing the Halloween stuff before the match, but then we got the same results, which we're always doing here with Mandy Rose winning. I don't know. Whenever she
it was a good setup. You thought to yourself, "Oh boy, we might see a change." Mm-hmm. And they got me in a couple moments. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
But I was very relieved to see Mandy Rose retain, even though if she would have lost, it would have meant your win streak was over, and you wouldn't get 2 points on this. Because at this point, after that match ended, we already knew who had won the event.
Yeah.
But you went into the main event and you were going up against basically my pick because everybody else picked Braun Breaker.
Yep. Yeah, that was the next match. That was the next matchup.
You were going up against my pick in a triple threat, and I was just hoping beyond hope that the main event was you versus a perfect score. And this match, in my eyes, was match of the night.
Yeah, mine too. I agree.
What a match! So, for those of you who want to know how you can book a great triple threat match with a proper chicken shit heel, look no further than this triple threat match. You had J.D. McDonough basically at several spots just like watching them beat each other.
Yep.
While he just enjoyed and watched in the background. And then he came in and tried to pick his spot. Then they eventually teamed up on him. Before this, you had both guys just fighting over who would get to beat up J.D. McDonough first. Until eventually they just started beating each other up. And at some point in the match, they both take out J.D. McDonough on the outside, get back in and start having a match. I believe it was Braun Breaker goes for the pin on Ilja Dragunov at some point. J.D. McDonough breaks the pin and immediately rolls out of the ring. Mm-hmm. Braun Breaker's mad, but he doesn't pursue him because he can't win the match on the outside. So he keeps fighting Ilja Dragunov, who gets an advantage, hits his move.
Hey, it's been a while
goes
since
for the pin.
Dragunov, by the way.
What?
It's been a while since I've seen Dragunov in the ring. Now, I did catch some of the NXT UK stuff, but I didn't catch. I wasn't catching all the shows, and I missed.
The last time I saw him was his match against Walter, and I was blown away, which is why I thought, he's gonna.
Well, no, he did appear back in the NXT UK when they were back in the studios I get some sports, BT Sports, I believe, studios out in the UK. But was it BT or was it Sky? Anyway, they were in the studios over there. I did one time see a promotion that he was going to be on the show, but I didn't watch those full 1 hour shows of NXT UK. I missed it. So yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Dragunov, and yeah, he still has it. He has a future.
Oh yeah, dude, amazing performance. So he went for the pinfall, and JD McDonough breaks the pin again, and rolls out again. Which at that point you're just looking at it like, wow, he's just doing the smart thing. He's just breaking pins and then going back out so they could beat each other up more.
Yeah.
He finally gets back in there. They all exchange moves. At some point, Braun Breaker hits his move first, his finisher.
Yeah.
JD McDonough goes in, throws Braun Breaker out, goes for the pin on Ilja Dragunov. 1, 2, Dragunov kicks out. Braun Breaker gets back in, hits JD McDonough with, I believe it was a spine buster. McDonough goes to the outside. Ilja Dragunov mounts a comeback, hits his running finisher, goes for the pin, ref is counting. 1, 2. JD McDonough rolls in last minute. He doesn't break the pin by hitting them or pushing anyone off of him. He breaks the pin by catching the referee's hands before it can hit the mat to count the fall.
That's the spot.
Which, by the way, should not be a legitimate way to break a pin. Like, the ref should immediately just hit the mat with the other hands.
That's true.
But very impressive spot. And I was like, my God, no! Because what I saw was that, just like in the video games, I saw Braun Breaker use up his finisher bar. So I said, oh, there we go. Ilja's going to hit his finisher. It's over. No, pinfall gets broken. JD hits his finisher. Braun Breaker gets back in. I believe he scored the pin. I don't remember, but I think he scored the pin on McDonough.
Let me see, double check here.
I may be mistaken. I think he got it.
Breaker caught Dragunov with a spear to win the match.
There we go. Yeah, he won it with a spear on Dragunov. So McDonough, the heel, did not actually get pinned. So there's still potential for them to fight. But that said, what a match!
Yeah,
definitely match of the night in my eyes.
Yep. If
they saved the best for last. They saved the best for last. I'm gonna make a meme out of that pinfall spot. I'm working on it. I just got to change the faces a bit.
Okay.
But what a show!
Yeah, it was a good show. So, again, I'm glad I got the 2 points and the perfect stuff. But aside from all that stuff, as an event to watch, yeah, it was a good one. And yeah, I enjoy it. Keep on Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah. Props to Shawn Michaels, who's he's talent relations for NXT now.
He runs that. He runs NXT.
Well, there you go. What a show! I gotta give this pay-per-view a 9 out of 10, Ooh. and I'm only taking away the point because because Lou got a perfect score.
Oh, because of me, they don't get it to perfect 10.
And all right, and honestly, also because the Weapons Wild match, those weak shots weren't doing it for me.
Well, I'll give it 8.5 because the match itself with Mandy Rose and Alba Fire wasn't so spectacular. It was the setup to the match that was much more fun than the actual match itself. So for me, like out of like every match being really good, that one wasn't at its top as the other ones were. For me. So yeah, that's our Halloween Havoc that I caused on the scoreboard there.
Yeah. At the end of the day, Lou, you got the treat, and everybody else got tricked.